Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my review for Dead Man Down, which is a brand new film starring Colin Farrell and Noomi Rapace, and it's directed by the guy that did the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the French one, Spanish one, I don't know, I never watched it, but I was really looking forward to this film because every time I saw the trailer or I saw a TV spot on, of course, TV, I was like, whoa, this looks really good. I mean, I like Colin Farrell. I'm glad that he's going to be in more movies nowadays because there was a time where he was just gone completely. But now he's back. He's starring in a lot more movies. Last year he was like in 3 movies where he was starring the lead role, and I was like, whoa, cool. And you know, you have this movie now, and you know, the trailer looked great. I love Noomi Rapace also, so I was really looking forward to seeing this film, and it's been getting very mixed reviews, mostly negative, so I was a little upset about that, but did I still like the film? Well, let's talk about with the story. Alright, so the story for Dead Man Down follows Colin Farrell's character named Victor, who works for a man named Hoyt, who is a mafia boss, I guess. They don't really explain. I think he's the head of a mafia family or something. I don't know. Anyway, he works for Hoyt, who is a big time guy. You know, he's evil. You know, he doesn't screw around. He will take down people if they screw with him. But he does have some respect for his, you know, his group of people. You know, he does care about them, and you get this sense of that in the beginning of the film when you find out that someone's actually been screwing with Hoyt for a little while and killing all of his men and leaving him messages and little pictures and stuff, and actually sending the person that he killed into like his freezer or something like that. And yeah, he's killing a lot of people that work for him, and you actually get that sense that he really does care for these guys that are getting killed, and he just really wants to know who this guy is. And Colin Farrell's character is on the case too. Of course, he works for Hoyt. The thing is that his not his neighbor, but he lives in an apartment, and across from his apartment there's another set of apartments, and a woman sees him killing a man, and this woman, of course, is played by Noomi Rapace, and this character named Beatrice says, you know what? I need you. I'm going to blackmail you. I'm going to tell you, if you do not do something for me, I'm going to tell the police. I'm going to show them this video I took of you killing this man, and you're going to go to jail. I need you to kill a man that did this to me. And she shows like a big scar across her face. She was in a car accident. A guy was drunk. He didn't get much jail time for it. Ruined her life. She wants revenge, and of course, she tells him to do it for her because she knows he can kill a man. And of course that sets a whole plot off. There's a couple of twists and turns in the film. They kind of form a relationship in a way. And does he do it? Who's the guy that's killing all of Hoyt's men? Who knows? There's a couple twists and turns. You'll find out when you see the film. So anyway, there you go. There's the story. Now, I actually found the story to be quite interesting and well written in my opinion. And sure, there is a twist in the film about around the first 30 minutes there's a twist, but to be honest, that twist isn't really a twist. I don't know why people are complaining about that twist. Everybody's like, oh, that was a terrible twist and stuff. I read a couple reviews where they say it's a bad twist. I didn't even feel like it really was a twist. It was a movie that started off as something different and then it switched over to that. It really wasn't a twist. I kind of saw it coming from the trailer. So really, I didn't feel like it was a twist at all. There's a couple moments where it does get a little silly, especially in the action, but I found the movie to be quite enjoyable. It's a long movie, it's about 2 hours long, but I found the dialogue to be good. There's a lot of scenes of Colin Farrell and Noomi Rapace talking to each other, building character, building a relationship, and I felt those scenes definitely work, especially since Colin Farrell's character doesn't talk much, and there's times where you can definitely see that he's actually enjoying himself with Noomi Rapace's character, and I felt that chemistry really did work, in my opinion. I found it to work. But there's a couple moments where the scenes where they're talking become too repetitive. It becomes a little bit too long because sometimes they talk about the same stuff and they talk about stuff that's not interesting. And there's also a couple of side plots that I don't really quite like. Now, there's a whole, not really a side plot, there's a whole thing about a bunch of kids that torment this girl, this woman, Noomi Rapace's character, because she has that scar on her face, and they torment her a couple times in the movie, and there's no resolution for that. And I would have loved to see like Colin Farrell's character just like drop kick a fucking 12-year-old. I don't even care. Those kids were assholes, and I just wanted to see some resolution, and I didn't get it, which sad. That's sad. But I really like the characters. I really like the acting. Colin Farrell, even though he doesn't speak that much in the film, hell, I think like he says one thing in the first 10 minutes. I really like his character, especially when something happens in the film where you find out a little bit more about his character. I really did like him in the film. Noomi Rapace was great in this film. I really liked her, especially in the beginning where you think she's just like trying to build a relationship, and then she drops that freaking bomb on Colin Farrell's character. Was like, yeah, I know you kill people. I know. And it's pretty good. The way she presents that is really good in this film. And Terrence Howard, even though he's not in it that great, I mean that much, you kind of like his character at first until you find out what he did. And even what he did in the film was an accident. So it's not like he was a complete, like, over-the-top bad guy, which I kind of liked. He's plausible. He's just a plausible bad guy, and I like that. So overall, I think the story here, the acting, the writing, I think it's well done. And even though I found the action to be silly, I found it to be enjoyable, especially at the end. There's a whole 10-minute sequence at the end that goes insane. It really does, because the entire, like, most of the other movie is very thriller-based, you know, like, oh, like, what's gonna happen, edge-of-your-seat stuff. But then it goes, screw it, dumb action movie. Colin Farrell's just murdering dudes here and there, not even getting a shot taken. But you know what? That was fun. It was well shot. I really liked it. And I liked the character, so I wanted to see that character pull through. And I have to admit, I hated the ending. That was the only other thing I have to complain about. The ending here is just so abrupt and just like, oh wow, that's such a French ending. I don't know why. It's just so, ooh, look at this, everything happened like that. And I hated it, I really did. But for the most part, I really enjoyed Dead Man Down. It's not as good as I hoped it would be, but it was very interesting. I liked the characters, the writing was good, the story was interesting, but there was plenty of silly and kind of boring moments. But I still enjoyed it. So I'm just going to give it a 31 out of a 40. There's my review for Dead Man Down. I enjoyed it. Thank you, and goodbye.